Hey guys, what's up? Time for another video. Remember, if you like the videos, like, sub, silly, comment, share, support the channel if you can. Links in the description. I appreciate it. Thank you. I guess what I originally put this character in for the first place, how would I change Nappa? Because some people like these kind of videos, me discussing the game, so I had to actually play him for a little bit. I liked how there was dudes were so salty about this combo videos that I put out. The dudes were actually complaining that I called this move an explosion, and it's unintelligent. Is this a conspiracy theory? It's a fucking explosion. Are you fucking kidding me? It doesn't look like an explosion. Clayton shouldn't call it an explosion. Are you fucking kidding me? Go put some peanut butter on yourself. Call your dog over so you can finally get some action. Are you fucking kidding me? This is not an explosion. Persona 3 yourselves, pretend to kill yourselves. Are you a fucking idiot? Imagine getting mad that I called this move an explosion. Ridiculous. But anyway, how would I change Nappa? You know what? I think when I look at the character, when I was thinking about him, you know, I only played him a few hours now. Fuck this goddamn brawly combo. This brawly combo, once I hit it, I'm giving up the character, I think. But you know what? I kind of had a hard time differentiating or kind of, you know, the subjective and the objective part of my brain when I look at this character, because I think about the lure of the character and what he has. And I think when I just think about, you know, this move, you know, blah, 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 and like these moves, the nerd in me is just remembering the anime, I think. And I just feel like it just being a explosion. It's a conspiracy. This move doesn't look like an explosion, apparently. Right? I just feel like the nerd in me wants that move to be like a full screen super. I don't know if you could actually give him a super. Maybe he has a new super, some shit like that. Like he has a level 2 version of the super where it just is a huge explosion. It's the full screen. It acts like Majin Buu's fucking level 1 super. I don't know. For some reason, like, did you get him? For some reason, the nerd in me wants to see something like that. But when I look at the character kind of like objectively, I think he's pretty fucking well done, actually. You know what I mean? The explosions aren't exactly how I would have done them. You know what I mean? They just feel like, I don't know, the nerd wants to see something bigger, but when I look at the character, I mean, this shit, it works, dude, right? I mean, it works pretty good, I think. So, I don't know. It's kind of funny to me because I feel like Nappa is a character that, again, I'm not really versed on him. I don't really watch videos about the character, but you know, I feel like generally speaking, you see people kind of talk shit about him, and when I'm looking at him, I'm kind of like, damn, he's kind of, he seems pretty well done to me. I guess he's been getting some like buffs and everything throughout the patches, but he has a pretty good foundation to him, so I'm surprised people complain about him so much because, you know, all this explosion shit, you know, it seems pretty good to me. I mean, how they worked it in. Part of me would have liked to see it kind of work almost like a gun flame kind of thing. Like maybe when he swipes his fingers, it explodes and it goes a little bit forward. So, you know, you can knock the guy away a little bit, then you get a little bit more advantage in. But, you know, for what it is, I think it works pretty good, dude. I like the whole kind of like, you know, you can hold this shit in, hold that in just a little bit for some like, you know, cool conversions and all that kind of shit. Again, I think foundation, he's pretty actually solid to me when I look at him. So how would I actually change him though? When you think about the lure of the character, that kind of stuff. You know, I don't know if that right there is referencing when he has that kind of glow on him in the anime, manga, whatever. You know, he has that kind of like white electricity field or something like that. How would you add that move into the game, or is maybe this referencing it? You know, he has these kind of like, boom, you gotta hold it in just a little bit. Maybe when you get those perfect sort of just frame versions of it, the character does glow and he gets that little white aura of electricity and he slams you down for a second. Or I don't know, maybe the community would think that looks gaudy. You know what I mean? When you're trying to get these perfect things for combos, you could do that. His, I would like to see maybe, because, you know, I always say a character should have a normal that doesn't move them forward, right? So, because too many normals move you forward and it kind of ruins the spacing for stuff. So, how would I give him a normal like that I think would do something? It could be his medium, because like I said, I think every character should have a normal that doesn't move them forward, really, that does good stun to like properly work out spacing in the game. And I would also like a unique medium, right? So it could just be his unique medium. But what I would like a normal that doesn't move him forward. So he can try to just a large stun normal, right? That doesn't, you know, move him forward. That then you can try to get this to hit late to put you at the advantage, right? So an example, like normally here, and it doesn't work that well with Vegito, but you'll be able to see a little bit of it, right? If we just do this, remember that's -4, right? Do you see what I'm saying? But it's possible to space. Did you see it was 2? Because it's possible to just barely space it so the orb hits a little bit late. So I would like some kind of normal where Nappa could actually do that. Maybe it could be his unique medium auto normal. And maybe that medium auto normal, he glows for a second, it's kind of slow, and he does a hard hitting attack. And it doesn't move him forward, but it slides the guy back, so then, well, I fucked that up. So then that could hit late, and you could be at almost, you know, even a little bit of an advantage or something like that, right? Of course, you know what I mean, this move is so slow. Like that's even 5 to hit. So I'm like, man, even if you give like a normal, another 5 frames of stun that don't move him forward, I don't know if that is going to properly make that hit late. But I would like to see a normal that does that you could space something like that. And to add it into the lure, you know what I mean? Make him glow when he does it. It can be really slow normal. Maybe it's his medium, that unique medium auto normal. He glows that little white glow, does a big, huge punch while he's glowing, and it throws the guy backwards that you can then get that explosion to hit meaty, right? And then it actually leaves him at a little bit of an advantage. I think that would be kind of fun. Besides that, when I think of him, I think of something like this. You know, Saul has this move, right? And I guess you could almost think of that. Like, imagine if, like, Nappa just had a move where he swiped his finger on the ground. And imagine it acted like that. It was just like almost like a gun flame. Just boom, 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 explosions forward, right? That's almost what I envisioned Nappa having something in my mind, but a ground special like that. But keep that in your head for a second. So as this kind of thing, boom, boom, goes forward. Maybe give Nappa, because he doesn't have, like, a hurricane kick, or, you know, God, the community gets mad at me that I don't know number notations. A 2-1-4 slash in the air, right? So he doesn't have a 2-4-1 slash in the air. Maybe make that an EX move, right? And so he does this motion, right? But it's like a charge up. And instead of this going forward, Nappa has that move, but he shoots it off and it goes backwards, right? And it slowly does so many hits and it brings the guy towards you, right? And maybe, excuse me, depending on how off or how long you charged up the move, and it's an EX move, whatever, excuse me, it could do 3 to 5 hits or something like that. And I think that would be fun because then you could actually get the guy kind of towards you, right? So the opponent's like, oh, I got to like react to the EX version of the move. And then when the guy is being like pulled towards me after the explosion, I can fall down with an attack. Which way am I going to be? Oh, after the attack, I come down with a homing dash. Oh, I'm going to come down the other side with that. You know, just some kind of weird mix-up thing where he's exploding the ground and it brings the guy in towards you, right? An EX move. So yeah, basically just think of it like a reverse cell move of this, but it's bringing the guy towards you with these explosions. And it's an EX move, like I said, and then you could like, oh, I'm falling down on this side. Oh, I float down on this side, whatever. Depending on how good it is, maybe you can make the last hit reflectable. I don't know. You could work with it, but something more with this. Because I'm just thinking this is the whole fucking, you know, foundation of the normal character. Maybe you could make him glow when you get that just frame version of it. The community doesn't think that's too gaudy looking. Something like that. So yeah, I think that would be kind of fun. Give him a way to sort of space this explosion. That kind of thing. High stun normal. You know, of course, if you're in the corner, if it does that much stun, I'm sure he'd actually get some kind of safe homing dash mix-ups. Or, you know, whatever, normal to that. You know, it could be slow, but whatever. Other than that, I mean, that's basically what I think of him. Like, those two things. I think that would be kind of fun. Again, the nerd in me wants this move to be a full screen explosion, to be honest with you. Like the nerd, you know, I want that to be a full screen explosion. Maybe he has a level 2 version of the move that it is full screen or something like that. But that, again, to me is almost kind of being nerdy. because when I look at this, it's like, well, this shit works pretty good. You know what I mean? It's the foundation of the character is pretty solid to me, actually. So, I mean, maybe that's just being me being a nerd. I guess you could, like I said, maybe as a level 2 version, and it is just a full screen thing. I don't know, that actually does good block damage. But other than that, that's the two main things that stick out to me. A normal that doesn't, and that explosion that brings him forward. Again, I'm kind of surprised the community complains about him so much, because just playing with him for a few hours, I kind of, he seems like a pretty foundationally solid character to me, right? Of course, there would be frame differences here and there. Like, I think that move, the hitbox on the above part is not good enough. When he swipes up, it should be more generous. You know what I mean? So there would be like little frames here and there I think should be fixed. But generally speaking, he's pretty okay to me, actually, I think, right? So probably not the biggest brain thing. There's no crazy idea like I've had for other characters. But yeah, the end.